Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio Network. Thanks again to our partners make this show possible. We have a $500 golf package we're giving away with Paso Robles Golf Club up in beautiful Paso Robles, California. You can check them out online at PasoRoblesGolfClub.com and call them for tee times, 805-238-4722. And they partnered up with Paso Robles Inn at 800-676-1713, and they're giving away a package, one-night stay at Paso Robles Inn, 2 rounds of golf at Paso Robles Golf Club. We're making the drawing live Saturday, July 28th. So all you have to do is visit golftalkradio.com, fill out the winner trivia form, type in the word Paso, and you're in for free, no purchase necessary. So we're with A.J. Bonar. We're moving into the second part of the interview. A.J., lots of great information. ajgolf.com is his website, and we were just talking about the arms and the hands and the brain and how it relates. Where do you think that the amateur golfers make, what's their biggest mistake they make in trying to improve their games? Is it not finding the right instructor? Is it all the information that's out there, or is it a culmination of all that?
Well, the biggest thing that I see every day is that every single student that comes to me in the last 50 years I've been teaching, gee, that's hard to say.
That's a long time. Congratulations. Well, that's pretty awesome.
My wife and I have been married 50 years too, so she's been putting up with all those years. Anyway, the biggest thing that they have a problem with isn't that they have swing problems. The problem is they don't understand how the tool is supposed to be applied to the ball. They have it in their mind 180 degrees incorrect. And what we know from data that I've been fortunate enough to have available to me when I was a consultant over at TaylorMade for 10 years ago, for 3 years as a consultant for education for them. And I had access to all the details of impact with the tour players they had on record. And what we found, of course, and the data was clear, is that the top of the club face during impact is moving forward faster than the bottom of the club face. And yet, when you look at a golf club and a golf ball on the ground, you look at a 9-iron in your hand, you think the bottom of the club face should be the fastest part of the club and going faster than the top of the club face, wouldn't you?
You would think so, yes.
That's our natural, intuitive way of looking at a golf club. Our intuition tells us that's it. And one of the interesting things is I've also, since I was a kid, about 12, been dealing with magic tricks, and I've done a couple card tricks on the videos that I did. If you've ever seen those, they're pretty interesting, I think. And what happens is the magician makes his living based on the intuition of his audience. So if you and I are watching a magician, we watch him do one thing and then another thing and then another thing, and then we go, wait a minute, that can't happen. I saw everything he did. And that's how he makes his living, based on our intuition. Our intuition can be wrong about how things get done. And so what happens is our understanding of how the tool is designed to be used against the ball during impact shouldn't be some big mysterious thing going on down there, and if we make the right swing, it'll happen on its own. We have to know that the top of the club face actually is going faster than the bottom of the club face during impact, which is 180 degrees different from what our intuition tells us, isn't it?
Yeah, which is where they say my brain gets in the way, like paralysis by analysis, right?
Yep. So your analysis is wrong. How good are you going to be? If you're using a tool 180 degrees incorrectly, exactly the opposite of the way it's designed to be used, how good are you going to be as a craftsman? You're going to suck. You're not going to be any good. So the idea here that I see with all my students, and we say the very first moment I have them in there, is I show them that the top of the club face has to go forward faster than the bottom. And they say, won't I drive it in the ground if I do that? I said, well, no, you won't, because there's still a ton of loft on that club.
Right.
And I show them a picture of Rory McIlroy hitting a tee shot that was on one of my apps sequence, and his driver is being the top of the club face is going over, and the back of the sole is rising up through impact. And he's not swinging up and adding loft. He's swinging forward and de-lofting it. And it puts a longer horizontal force vector through the ball. And the deflection of there's a rule of golf that says, or not a rule of golf, a rule of physics that says the angle of deflection is equal to the angle of incidence. If I throw a ball on the ground 45 degrees down, it bounces up 45 degrees on the other side. It's a law of physics. So if I shot a golf ball into a 7-iron, let's say I had a 30-degree club face. I shot a golf ball horizontally into it. It won't bounce up perpendicular to the loft. It bounces up that many degrees higher than the loft. So every golf club, when you hit it, the ball bounces higher than the loft that you see at impact. If you could stop at that instant the ball is leaving, it doesn't leave perpendicular to the loft angle.
Right.
It leaves much higher than the loft angle without you having to add loft to do that. In other words, it's built into the tool. We can't see it, but that's the design. And so with that measured numbers, seeing that and having that happen, you now can say, well, look, if you take the club and try to hit what you feel is a knockdown shot, and what I do is I have my students take a pitching wedge and I put the ball on a tee about a quarter of an inch off the ground, okay? So the ball's about a quarter of an inch off. I said, now, if you had to hit that ball as low as you could hit it, where would your hands be at impact? Well, they'd be way out here by my left foot. Right. If you play the ball in the middle of your stance and try to hit it as low as you can hit it, let's see what you do. And when they hit it, it's insane how high and far it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? And yet they're still in their mind, their intuition says, well, that can't be the right way to hit a golf shot because if I did that, it should go low. And yet it's going higher and farther than I ever hit a golf ball. Well, let me think. Higher and farther. That's a pretty good combination for golf, isn't it?
That's what everybody's striving for.
Exactly. And it's just that it's such a backward sense into their intuition that it's like learning the magic trick. Because you can't see someone do this. And you see someone swing and they don't look like they're swinging very hard and the ball goes high and far and you go, wow, he must know how to flip that club down there really fast. Because our brain has been taught that club head speed is the secret to distance, right? Club head speed. That means my club head has to go faster than my hands. Well, the problem with that is another physics problem. When you throw the club head to get it to go faster than your hands, the lever that's hitting it starts between your hands and goes down to the club head. Now, if you had a driver, let's say we took a driver, and it had, just for the sake of the math on this thing, it had a 1-pound head, okay? It was no problem, but that's what it weighed. You know there's a thing called moment of inertia, MOI, right?
Correct.
Moment of inertia. Well, inertia is defined as the ability of an object to resist an acceleration. Take a bowling ball on a concrete slab and try to roll it, it's hard to get 16 pounds started, isn't it? But once it's going, it's hard to stop it, isn't it?
Yes.
That's its inertia.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You take a 1-pound ball, easy to start, easy to stop, right?
Right.
Okay, if I take that 16-pound ball and I hang it on a 1-foot piece of rope, a moment arm is any length arm, like the piece of rope I'm holding, that's an arm, I'm holding one end, where one end of the rope or one end of the arm is held and the other end's free to move through 360 degrees of angular space, right, around that point while I'm holding. So I've got the bowling ball attached to it. And the way you calculate moment of inertia is you multiply the weight of the object. So I got a 16-pound bowling ball on a 1-foot rope. You multiply the weight times the length of the moment arm squared. So if I have the 1-pound or 16-pound ball on the 1-foot rope, and I have a cinder block on a table here, starting to swing it to the right and then swing it back to the left and it'll knock the thing off the table, that 16-pound ball, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If I take that same ball and I put it on a 4-foot piece of rope, now the moment of inertia isn't 16 pound-feet squared, because 16 times 1 squared is 16 pound-feet squared, 1-foot rope, right?
Right.
If I take the 16-pound ball and put it on a 4-foot rope, I now have 16-pound ball times 4 squared, or 16 times 16, or 256 pound-feet squared moment of inertia. Now, when I swing that thing toward the thing, it'll break that bowling ball and destroy it, won't it?
Yeah, with that much force. Yeah.
A 256-pound object hitting that that concrete block.
AJ, so, can I ask you a question on that? I mean, can I just an observation?
Yes.
That explanation, that last 5-minute explanation, I could not explain why I can de-loft my driver, hit it off the ground, and bomb it up, even out of a divot downhill. I can do a lot of things now with it because I'm leaning left, and I come down, and I can. I mean, they're bombed. So that's what you're saying. The last 5 minutes, you explained why I could do it, which I never could.
Yes,
wanted to make sure.
It's real physics too, Billy. It's real physics. Jim.
Awesome.
It's real physics. And the fact is, when you hit that shot, the ball doesn't weigh anything, does it?
True.
It's like you didn't have anything that hit. Just the ball it left faster than you swung. Isn't that the feeling you get?
Mm-hmm.
And
Totally.
and yet
Explosion.
all we keep hearing about is clubhead speed is the secret to distance. But the fact of the matter is, moment of inertia is the secret to great distance. And if I take a 1 pound headed driver.
Hey, AJ, we're going to a national break. Can you stay with us again?
I will be here as long as you like.
You're so patient, man. We appreciate it.
Love you.
We'll be right back. Stay with us, AJ. I'm going to be going back and forth with you on the phone here, just so you know we're still
Not
with
a
us.
problem.
Okay. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy on the Golf Talk Radio Network. We're with AJ Bonar. Check out ajgolf.com. We're going to come back on the other side with more AJ Bonar. Stay with us.